Morning, we'll call the October 2nd DRC meeting to order. We'll start with roll call. Community Development is present. Police.
Mike McKinley.
Public Works.
Richard Earps here.
Always call it Works. It's services. Fire.
Jeremy Holderfield.
Building.
John Hansen's here.
And I'll just remind everybody the meeting is being live streamed, so if you're an applicant, if you could please come up to the microphone, we can catch everything on the record. First item is Major Development Plan 24-1 INB Homes, Kelly Park Road. Chandler Oaks, Apopka is the owner, and it's for 250 townhomes, and I'm the project manager. The applicant is here in attendance, and if you have any questions for the DRC, now is the opportunity to talk about the comments that you received.
Good morning and thank you, everybody. Pleasure to be back. Haven't seen a lot of the faces in a little bit. Yeah, the comments were pretty straightforward. Just a couple that we wanted to kind of get a little clarification on. Planning, Bobby, I'll start with you on just a couple, if you don't mind. The first one was just there were some comments about the non-residential development, and I think I wasn't in every meeting for the master plan, but I think it's we don't know exactly what's going there yet. We don't have control over that portion of the development, and so we can add the notes to our site plan, just saying, these are the minimum intensities that has to be met, things like that. We don't know what the proposed uses will be just because we don't have control over that at this time. But if that's okay with you, we can add that to the site data table, just saying, hey, this will need to meet, these intensities,
That's acceptable.
Okay. A lot of the other stuff, setbacks, things like that. We'll make it very clear on our site plan, on the site data table, to show that we're meeting all of those requirements. Let me see here. And then connectivity to the non-residential. I don't think that's an issue. We don't know exactly what's going there, but we'll try to do our best we'll probably locate the access more towards the middle to give as much flexibility as possible. If that's okay with you. And then they'll just have to kind of work with it whenever that development comes in. And then is traffic? Do we have traffic here? No,
It's
this morning.
Diana.
It's
Diana.
Diana.
She's a consultant of ours.
Right. Yep.
So if you have any direct questions, I would suggest reaching out to her.
Just reaching out to her.
We can try and attempt to answer some of those.
Okay.
Richard,
The only comment there was two. One was, we're showing a connection to Chandler Road for emergency access only, as an emergency access point, which was shown on the master plan as well. So the MDPs are just consistent with that. So she made a comment asking us to remove that gated connection, or the emergency connection there. So we'll just have to talk with her about that. But I think that one was discussed in depth during the master planning process. So we'll talk with Diana about that. And then the only other comment was there was a comment about adding speed humps down the boulevard. I don't think that's an issue. We'll talk to the owner, but I don't think that's an issue. She had a comment about that.
Adding what?
Speed humps.
Who asked for that?
Diana, traffic.
That's not something we do.
Yeah, that's why I'm bringing it up. So.
We're in new subdivisions. We're using calming devices like small roundabouts and stuff like that.
And we have that in
I
the
think
mid.
you did put that in the long straightaway.
Yes, sir. Yeah, where we have the really long, where straight shot. That's where we included it.
And if she's a new consultant, she may not realize that, but our ordinance says that it's like a 2/3 vote of the homeowners in the division. I've never heard us address one in a pre-construction. Are we missing something, or?
Well, like you said, she's been a consultant with the city, but she's recently started doing transportation reviews, so she might not be aware of that. We can let her know.
Okay.
Okay.
roads are private, right? All of the roadways except maybe the entrance roadway from Kelly Park, they're all gonna be private?
The the roads, the streets will be public. The alleys will be private.
And the alleys will be lit?
They will be lit. Correct.
Okay.
Yeah, we'll provide lighting.
Well, we definitely don't want a speed hump on a city maintained street.
I didn't think so. That's why I was bringing it up. We went through it on Laurel Oaks, where we added the traffic calm, the small circles to do the same exact thing. Yeah, so that's one of the reasons I wanted to bring it up and just mention it to the group this morning.
Well, and Diana is new to the system. I mean,
Absolutely.
she's been an engineer forever already.
Yeah, I've known Diana for a while. Yeah,
Right.
yeah.
So we could just work through that.
Okay.
Yeah. Thanks.
You have on-street parking on that main boulevard also? I can't tell. It looks
Yes, there is. Once you get past where the future commercial is going to be, there is on-street parking throughout the development, and part of it is on the main strip.
And if I'm correct, we're asking for 8 foot for those parking spaces. Is that correct, Bobby?
I believe that's what the code says. Yeah.
So,
Yeah, we're meeting the code requirement.
okay. I just don't want the same thing they have over in Baldwin Park where half the cars are missing their mirrors.
Six and a half foot parking
because
spaces.
it's so
Yeah.
narrow. You drive down there and half the cars are missing their side mirrors because people are whacking them off, and I don't want to deal with that.
I used to live over there. I unfortunately know that all too well. Yeah.
And when it goes to the alley lighting, you do understand that street lighting. It's not lighting on the buildings that can be turned off or anything else. It's street lighting.
Correct. Okay. Do you allow wall packs that at all?
Nope.
We've done
It's
that
gotta be
before,
street
so it will
lighting.
be all street lighting. Okay, let's make a note of that.
And Chandler Road. Isn't the other development working on making that an actual road now, or, and if so, how's that? Are they going to be stubbed out to where that can be an entrance and exit to their subdivision if it does become a road, or where are we at on that?
I have to go back and look at their master plan. I can't recall off the top of my head.
I thought they were working on something to try to obtain all that and
They
actually
were-
make Chandler Road. And I think it's important that they know, because and you may want to get rid of the gate as an emergency access or whatever, but I think there's an opportunity to plan to connect to Chandler Road as another exit to their subdivision. So can you check on that and work with them to make sure that that's all coordinated and we don't miss something? I mean, 'cause I'd hate for them just to have a little stub out sticking there with going, with 8 foot of grass, and they could have connected to Chandler Road.
One of the things I can do, Brian, is give you their contact info. It's for the property just to the east that's developing. It's Luke Klassen.
Oh,
is the
okay, I
engineer.
know
You
Luke.
want to just reach out to
Yeah,
him
I
about
can
that?
reach. Let me make a note of that real quick. I know Luke well.
And I think it would benefit everybody if, you didn't have an 8 foot grass strip between the end of your
Absolutely.
pavement and a road that they're going to create
Yeah.
possibly.
Yeah, absolutely. No, we definitely want to be a partner with them on that if that's what's going to be happening. All right, and then I think there was just one other comment that we saw that we wanted to discuss. It was again a comment from Diana, so we can reach out to her if if it makes more sense. But there was a comment about left and right turn lanes along Kelly Park Road. When I spoke to the group who was doing the master planning, Whidden and Associates, it was I think this comment came up, and then it was going to be. There's plans for Kelly Park Road to be widened in the future to 4 lanes, and I think from my understanding, and please correct me if I'm wrong, there's not currently sufficient right of way for at a minimum the right turn lane, and that this comment was going to be deferred till a later date when Kelly Park Road is improved. Or
That I don't recall, but
Okay.
I know that the code requires a right turn lane.
Okay.
When the speed limit's 35 miles an hour, it does state it shall be required.
okay,
So definitely, I would reach out to her about that and stuff. But it does say it has to be provided.
the right turn lane.
Correct.
Okay, we'll take a look at the right of way, just make sure we don't have any because our entrance is, we had to locate it where we did to meet intersection spacing. So we'll just have to make sure we have the right of way on the adjacent to our neighbor and property to be able to do that. So we'll investigate that and then reach out to Diana if we have any comments or concerns. We talked about the speed humps, which we're not going to do. I think other than that, I think we're good. If there's any other comments or questions from
Any further
DRC.
questions of the applicant?
I had a question, and I confident I reviewed it. I'm having just some second thoughts. The auto turn was put in, correct?
Did we include it in the plans, or
Yes.
have you asking if we ran the analyses?
We ran analysis.
Yes, yeah,
Yeah.
for fire.
I'm gonna go back and review mine. For some reason, it's not. I'm having like second thoughts on this for some weird reason. Could just be me. But all right, I'll look into it when I get back.
Yeah, let us know if you have any questions, concerns, anything like that, and we'd be happy to. If you need us to add the auto turn onto, like, create a separate exhibit to include in the major development plan set, we'd be happy to do that.
All right, that'll work. That'd be great.
Okay,
Thank you.
let me make a note of that.
Anything else? Okay. Community development has no other comments other than the ones that were generated. Police, anything else?
I don't have anything else. Thank you.
Public services,
I don't have anything else, thank you.
fire,
No comments.
building.
I don't have anything, thanks.
All right, we'll look out for the resubmittal and we'll proceed accordingly. Good deal. All right.
Thank you all very much for your time this morning. Good to
Thank
see
you.
all y'all
Good to
again. It's
see
been a
you.
little bit.
Yeah, it's been a while. Next items, Dunkin' Donuts, second submittal, and Amir is the project manager.
Good morning, everyone. This is a resubmittal for Dunkin' Donuts on Rock Springs Road. The property is zoned community commercial. Applicant is in attendance today if DRC members have any additional comments or questions.
Any additional questions or comments of the applicant? Okay. That will go around. Community development has nothing else. Police,
I don't have anything. Thank you.
public services,
I don't have anything else, thanks.
fire,
No comments. Thank you.
building.
I don't have anything, thanks.
All right. Sounds like you've got good to go and you schedule your pre-construction meeting through public services. All right, you're welcome. Any items for discussion? All right, hearing none, we're adjourned.